So I'm driving to pick up my kids from school, and as soon as I'm pulling into the parking lot, she calls me. And she says, well, it's cancer and it's stage 4. I'm like, what does that mean? She's like, well, it's the last stage cancer, it's in your liver as well. No, and I just basically ended the conversation right there because I couldn't carry on. You know, try to compose myself, pick up my kids, said nothing. It took 2 days, agonizing days where you're going on the internet, reading about all that stuff, and, just being really scared. Saw the oncologist, and he said, we do chemo, maybe we'll do surgery later, and I'm thinking, well, I need to figure out if that's really the best way to go. And that's why I actually went to SCCA for a second opinion.
Is there anything that can be said at that point that would actually be of help?
Yeah, you basically are afraid you will die. Mm-hmm. So somebody needs to tell you that it's not necessarily the case, that there is hope, there are treatment options. When I was first diagnosed, I did 2 things. The first was look up survival statistics. And then the same night, I looked up long-term survivors on Google, and her name is the first that popped up on the SCCA website. So she became my mentor, coming with me to appointments, just basically giving me guidance as far as treatment options or just what to expect.
And I mean, we're different personalities, as you can tell. And so sometimes I'm like, I know I annoy her, because I'm positive. But I always try to, just try to calm her.
When I'm not positive?
not always. She's a go-getter. I was like, when I called her.
I'm a pain in the rear, that's what I mean.
Well, she is a pain in the rear, too, but she's a go-getter. You have to find the right doctor, and I knew when I encouraged her to try this doctor that he would answer her questions, and if he didn't know the answers, he'd find out and get back to her. And you need that connection and to feel like they're on your team and that you're an equal partner to have success.
Yeah, at that stage in my care, I already knew a lot about the disease. I had done my research. I had seen results that are achieved not only in the United States but also around the world. So I was specifically looking for a team that would be willing to work with me as aggressively as I feel comfortable.
And that became SCCA.
That became SCCA. So I started researching everything that I can so that I know what questions to ask, what to push for. So it is to your benefit to really know your case. Even though you're not a doctor, there is a lot of information out there that's available that enables you to ask the right questions. And, even if you put your doctor on the spot, I think that's okay. I think it's done things for me. I have stayed off chemo for a year, and my cancer is considered like it's behaving. Another thing I would tell people when they get diagnosed is do the things that you always wanted to do now. And if you have those 40 years, great. You've just done a lot more all of a sudden. Mm-hmm.